Marion Hampton back after the Week 12 bye. Or will he be? Week 13? Will he need to ramp up? Will Hampton even be any use to you in weeks 13, 14? I don't know. It depends on how Vidal plays. It depends on a lot of things. Judkins, Quinshawn Judkins, seen at practice. Puka Nakua. Positive news right now about him playing his next contest, but still not completely out of the woods. Jaden Daniels to miss 4 to 5 weeks, maybe more, but maybe avoided a significant ligament damage type situation. So good news for JD5, but will the team even want to bring him back? Garrett Wilson seen at practice. We've got a whole lot more news to break down, and I'm trying to get ready for the game tonight. I have no way to watch it. I do this for a living. I'm a professional, at least most of the time, and I can't even watch the game tonight because YouTube TV and ESPN didn't agree, and I didn't have time to prepare for this. So I'm sitting here looking at my TV. I'm trying to get ready for the game, and I have no access to the game. Your boy who's giving you fantasy football advice can't even watch the game. How am I supposed to give you information on this thing?
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news
This is
breaks.
my job. I can't even watch the game. I'm literally trying to get into ESPN right now. They make it really difficult. I don't know which one of my accounts that has ESPN included. I don't know. I'm going to have to scramble after the show ends because I can't even watch the damn game. I know one of my services probably covers ESPN. I just don't know which one anymore. It's Hulu. Might be Hulu, ESPN, and Disney. I don't know what the hell to do. But we'll definitely try and get into that. I mean, goodness gracious, man. I mean, get with the program. You pay all this money for YouTube TV, and then it's like, then it gets ripped from you. Then they're in negotiations. I don't even have the game. All right, here's the news. We'll start off with Quinshawn Judkins. Fantastic news, shoulder. We told you this is one of the best buy lows in fantasy the last handful of weeks. And let's go to the board that we have right now. This is the week number 9 and week number 10 buy low board. I haven't erased the week 9 guys yet. Some of them might carry over, but Judkins, one of the very best buys, just like Bowers was. Bowers was probably the best buy in fantasy. Congratulations to all of you that partook in such a glorious buy low opportunity. So congrats to you, Meatloaf, for everybody. Bowers, one of the very best buy lows in fantasy. So was Rico Dowdle, your boy Smitty's. I smell meatloaf. Rico doing it live, Uncle Rico, fantastic. And this week, Judkins, Puka, both coming off bye weeks, both kind of in disastrous situations. Nico Collins, quarterback concern, health, all that, just unraveling, not exploding, having kind of a down season. Harvey Hendy will add more to the week 10 bye list, but that week 9 list is glorious. But Judkins is atop it. Judkins is the best buy low in fantasy probably right now. And people are a little skittish of the injured shoulder. No, none of ESPN channels, including, are available. YouTube in the contract dispute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I can do. Obviously, can't buy Bowers now. Absolutely not. But congratulations to everybody that followed suit the entire last 2 or 3 weeks. Bowers buy low week number 9. Just absolutely. Window closed. Buy window closed. Just, all the amount of people that said, I don't know about Bowers. Smitty, I just don't trust the Raiders. I don't think we should be buying Bowers low. Should we buy Bowers low? I don't know what in the hell to do here with this game. I wish I had an intern here that could get this all settled and squared it away for me while I'm live. But I don't have that. I have no show. I don't know what to do here. Okay, Judkins. put that right here. Judkins. Hampton, just kind of talked about this one. Marion Hampton looking like he could be back after the team's Week 12 bye, but to what extent? I don't see how this man who's been in a boot until recently, I don't even know if he's fully out of the boot. He might wear the boot at night when he goes and gets cookies and milk for his midnight snack. This guy might be wearing a boot when we don't see him wearing a boot. His ankle was obviously thrashed. There's no way he would be wearing a boot up until the amount of time it was till recently if he didn't have a lot more going on that they aren't telling us about. And so Hampton being ready in Week 13 is a tall order. Not saying it's impossible, but I don't think it's something that you should be expecting. And so hopefully Vidal gets a little bit of a bounce back performance here in the next contest. But this is not good news for those expecting him back soon and you're expecting him to be full go in Week 13. I think there's a chance he does come back on a tear, but what a disaster that's been. Puka Nacua to undergo scans on his rib injury. Rams are optimistic. He's not out of the woods by any means, but there's a lot of optimism that he came out good to go, should be ready to potentially play in his next contest, but there's still a lot going on with that situation. I think people are having mixed reports out there that Puka's fine, he's good. There's still some concern. So this one right here, optimistic in regards to where he's potentially heading. That's what Rams coach Sean McVay said. So more to come on Puka Nacua. This guy is an absolute walking injury, and we love Puka. He's made of lion's heart and lion's mane. That's what this guy has, a mane. He has a mullet. He has a lion mullet. He's got the heart of gold. We love Puka for that. Puts his body in the line on every single play. But unfortunately, it's going to lead to a short career. And we'll have that conversation in the offseason. It doesn't matter how good he is. It doesn't matter if he's out there, like, let's say he comes back and he's the number one wide receiver for 4 straight weeks. People go, Puka Nacua, Dynasty, he's the best ever. And he might be in that moment. But Puka Nacua is going to have a short career in this league. He cannot play at any level other than break my body. This guy has played, what is it, 7 games now, 4 locker room visits. He's gone to the locker room 4 times in the 7 games, 6, 7 games, whatever it's been. And it just, the guy's got to learn to play and protect himself. Aaron Glenn said that Garrett Wilson will return to practice. This is fantastic news for those of you that have this man, Garrett Wilson. The meatloaf, cook it up, Mom.
I smell meatloaf.
Mom, the meatloaf. We need Garrett Wilson back. We need Garrett Wilson back like JD5 needs another 5 to 10 LBs added to his frame. So hopefully, that keeps trending in a great and positive direction. Fantastic news there. I'm going to have some of you tell me when the game's starting because I don't have it yet. I have to end the live stream, order ESPN, I guess, or figure out what one of my accounts covers it because I know I'm almost positive I have ESPN and Hulu and Disney in a package. But when I tried to sign into my Hulu account to check it out, let me go straight into Hulu. That might be actually it. But I tried to use your provider, Hulu, whatever. So let me go into Hulu, see if I could see the game there. Maybe that's what I got to do. JD5, just to get into that. So that was Puka Nacua, Judkins. We covered all 3 of these guys. Now on to JD5. JD5 x-rays were negative. Simply simple dislocations. Heal remarkably well without needing surgery, typically 4 to 5 weeks. I will say that I don't fully know if this is completely all the information that we need for this to make decisions. We still don't. There's still a lot to need to know here. There's still a lot. He's not out of the woods either. So while we're getting reports, and this report was made by the Washington Daily, et cetera, we don't know if he's actually going to be out longer. So hang tight on that report. That report doesn't feel. In fact, I'm going to change this to a question mark because it's not locked in whatsoever. That's one of the reports is going around. Oh, he'll only miss 4 to 5 weeks potentially. This team might say no, he's missing longer than that. He's not coming back. Why would he come back? But do you cut him? I mean, we got to kind of let the dust settle, I think, another day. But if you got to make decisions, you got to make decisions, and you can bring those decisions here. But 100% that's on me, says Dan Quinn, head coach of the Commanders, in terms of leaving his star quarterback in the game when it was the fourth quarter. The game was completely out of reach. It was definitely on him. But he said after the game that he hadn't crossed his mind. Did you want to take JD5 out? No, wasn't on my mind. And then he started to hear he's going to lose the locker room. Then he started to hear he's going to get criticism. Then he started getting criticism. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he comes out today and goes, yeah, 100% that's on me. This guy's incompetent. I thought maybe he was a rally type guy, a rallier, if that's even a word of men. You know, like maybe this is the Sirianni over in Washington. You know, Cliff, I like Cliff a lot. I think Kingsbury's good. I think this guy, Dan Quinn, doesn't know his rear end from his front end. I don't think he understands anything. I think he's an imbecile, to be honest with you. And the fact that he changed direction so quickly on this topic that he was clearly asked about after the game. Oh, now it's on me. It's been keeping me up at night. I bet it has, because your phone's been blowing up because people are saying this guy should be gone. And he's handled everything this year very badly. So who knows what in the hell is going to happen to the Commanders, but man, this thing is taking a tumble. It went from one of the more exciting teams in the league, great GM, great, management from the top down now, and then just, some bad decisions from this head coach and just a lot of other things going on. And this organization, even though they have handled a lot of things well, this Terry McLaurin thing could have been a trigger point for all of it. If you date back to when this team felt like it was whole and strongest, is when McLaurin was going crazy. And keep in mind, if McLaurin's out there and he's healthy, does JD5 get hit as much? No. Does JD5 need to run as much? No. Are they in such bad third down situations where JD5's got to extend a play, get himself in bad spots? No. And McLaurin holding out was on this organization as much as it was McLaurin. It got really nasty and became more about McLaurin than the Commanders. But in the early onset of this thing, they should have taken care of it. What do I say every offseason? You hold out, you get injured. You hold out, you get injured. The team that makes a player hold out, their player's going to get injured. You're going to end up paying them at the end of the day and throwing all your money down the drain. Good job, Washington Commanders. Excellent job. You pinched your pennies. You got a little extra money, and now you wasted all of it on Terry McLaurin, who will never probably be the same because he's an older player. This is on the Commanders. This is on the Commanders from the top down, not allowing McLaurin to get in there and stay healthy. This is so easy to see coming. This is so easy to see coming. It's like it's asinine to me that no one else in this organization stepped up and said, hey, maybe if this guy holds out, he's going to get injured. We'll waste every dime that we're giving him. Why not give him enough money to make him just come in, stay healthy, help JD5 stay healthy? Now the whole thing's falling apart because of this one single crack in the foundation. I firmly believe that a lot of this, everything kind of stemmed from this one injury that could have been prevented because this team let this man sit on his ass all off season and he got injured because of it. And he was older. It was bound to happen probably eventually, maybe in his second year of this contract, but it happened right away because you had him sit out. That's on the Commanders. The whole collapse is on that decision of not allowing this man to get into camp and to stay healthy at his ripe age of 97 years old. On the Commanders, and honestly, they deserve to be losing right now. They deserve to be where they're at. I don't think JD5 deserves to be injured, but this team deserves to be on the bottom. They created this mess. Tucker Kraft, ACL tear confirmed. We knew this was the case. You can do this test on the field. It's one of those injuries where you know almost with certainty on the field within 1 minute. You grab the knee, you pull the bottom joint, and if there's a lot of lax and there's no ACL there, it's going to slide almost off the shelf. Whereas if you have an ACL and you pull on the bottom joint of the knee, it's like this. And so they pull on his knee and it's like, vroom, nothing there. It's like a rubber band just stretching that thing out. There's just nothing holding it taut. So this is horrible. What does it mean for his future? It's going to be hard road back. I'm not saying he can't get back to being very useful, but will he be the same? Probably could be, but there's a lot of obstacles there. T. Higgins cleared concussion protocol. They were just checking him out. Everything's good to go. Don't have any concerns there. Terry McLaurin. Dan Quinn. Like, I care what Dan Quinn says anymore. Doesn't foresee Terry McLaurin quad playing in Week 10. He doesn't foresee anything. He didn't foresee injury likelihoods. He didn't see nothing. I don't care what Dan Quinn says. Dan Quinn should be immediately fired. They should fire him. I'd rather have Kingsbury take over. Now let me do you one better. I'd rather have Miami Mike McDaniel come over and coach his team than Dan Quinn continue on. Matthew Golden's shoulder will be day to day. Tough to count on him at all, as we talked about all offseason, as people had the highest expectations for a team that doesn't know how to draft wide receivers, and then they draft the wrong one, which was clear as day. Clear as day. This kid had no business in the first round, and everyone's like, hey, because the Packers, who don't know how to draft wide receivers, drafted one, he's got to be a good one, right? No, that's even the most likely scenario is they mess it up because they don't do it. They're alien to drafting wide receivers. Why would you expect a team that doesn't ever do it to smash the pick? It was like oxymoron time. Kyler Murray will not play Week 9, ruled out. I don't even know if that game's playing right now because I don't have my ESPN hooked up. I don't know what in the hell to do. This one right here, Jackson Smith and Jigba, this is just a report. Look at this. Most receiving yards per game this year. 118.5 to Puka's 101.6 to Jamar Chase's 92.3 to George Pickens' 85.6. This guy is wide receiver one, this Mars man extraordinaire that you were told about all offseason long here on this channel. And yeah.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Sad. Amazing.
Boats dropping.
Here's this is nice to see. I mean, this looks a lot like our board. Rico Dowdle, Bowers, Allen. That's our Week 9 buy low board. Bowers, Dowdle, and Josh Allen. Look at that. Week 9 buy low board. Doing it. Making news. ESPN talking about it. Dowdle's such a monster. Congrats to all you that bought low on Dowdle. Dowdle, Josh Allen, and Bowers are going to win leagues. And those of you that got hit with injuries and you were astute enough to go out and pick up a buy low trade like that, you saved your season. You lost neighbors. You could cry and complain all you want, or you could go out and take action and go get Bowers while he's cheap and available. And everybody that we went and did this, and you did it, we did it, I did it, we all did it together, holding hands, singing Kumbaya as we walk into the Bowers camp, circle up and praise the man's name, and he brings you glory. Bowers brings you league-winning glory, as does Josh Allen, as does Rico Dowdle. Let's see here. Joe Alt done for the season. We knew that was probably coming. Awful news. With the ankle injury, brutal. Thought maybe it was a knee, but when it first happened, but ankle, and the hits keep on getting hit left and right toward this team. Chargers just get injury after injury. The offensive line's been ravaged. Luke McCaffrey suffered a broken collarbone. His season is likely done. This YouTube, man, I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of people are complaining about YouTube right now. They're going to watch the game and they can't find it. Like, what's going? Wait a minute, I got everything. I got ESPN. Oh, it's not on YouTube TV. What's going on here? No one's gonna be able to watch this game. I mean, I'm gonna sign up for it, I guess, but like, this sucks, man. I literally pull it up and I'm like, YouTube, this dispute happening right before the Monday night game is disastrous. Aaron Glenn declined to name his starting quarterback. That's obvious. This guy's going to keep, song and dance every time they talk about his quarterback situation. Just a ridiculous situation there. Aaron Glenn should be fired too. Head coach Kevin Stefanski should be fired. Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees will now take over the play calling. What a demeaning situation. Like, I'm so bad at my job. My offensive coordinator is now going to take over the most important part of it. Yet I'm going to stay on staff. Booty is day-to-day with the hamstring. That's all the news, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget your Week 10 buys, which are right here in the corner. Bengals, Cowboys, Tennessee Titans, and KC Chiefs. This is another bad mini buy-mageddon. Okay, let's go through these super chats real quickly. And again, I don't know when. You guys are going to have to tell me when the game starts, please. This one here from Brian. Trade Bo Nix and Rice for Puka. Get Puka. It depends on your quarterback situation. In a vacuum, I'd rather have Rice and Bo Nix, but Puka is such a great player, bro. Love him, and I do hope that he does stay healthy all year. But this is 4 locker room, not tent visits, not he's getting checked on the sideline, goes back in. He's gone to the locker room 4 times, and I believe 7 games. And missed time, obviously. So I don't know what to tell you. I think Rice had his worst game, and he still did it phenomenal. And I think Mahomes gets back on his horse, much needed bye week. I think it kind of comes down to that too. Like, can you afford an L right now? Puka, but he might even sit, but looking and trending toward playing. I would lean toward, it depends on your quarterback situation, but I would lean a little bit toward Rice, but it's a close call. They're both top 5 wide receivers. Will you trade Adams, Monangai for Garrett Wilson, Bucky? I would not, because right now Monangai's got the former Monty value, not without Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, Monty running back value with Adams is much better, and Bucky's an unknown still. We don't have updates on Bucky. We should have updates on Bucky. We don't. That's concerning. Chase Brown and Pickens to get CMC, definitely. And then, you could look to trade CMC later, but you got to take that value, and then you could flip it even if you wanted to. Bowers, trade Fannin, Vidal, and Debo for Judkins. Easy. He's the best buy low of the week, so of course I'm going to tell you to do that one. Thoughts on Dylan Gabriel, week 10, bye week fill-in? Well, let's see what happens with the quarterback situation, TM42, but I don't, there's no way Gabriel's no. Burrow, what was this one here? Burrow worth holding in Superflex? I think so, but you never know, bro. Probably, if it's an need IR space, I don't know. It depends on the IR spot that you have that you need to fill. Sunday main slate games in 50th. Nice job. 1,750 off $7. Got offered Dowdle, Jamar, Dobbins for my JT. Got offered Jamar Chase, Dowdle, and Dobbins for JT. I would take Jamar Chase and Dowdle for JT because Jamar Chase is right there, so you're getting an extra Dowdle. I do love JT, but I'm definitely taking that trade. I can't get you a jailbroken bot. I don't. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, but no thanks. Especially on a public forum like this, agreeing to something. No, absolutely not. You shouldn't be doing that. No one should be doing this. What are you doing, bro? No. You can't do it. It's not even right. In Dynasty, what do you do about Bill, Smitty? Plus, I'm a YouTube guy. I'm a YouTube TV guy. I'm a YouTube man. So I stick within my realm. In Dynasty, plus I don't understand people that even do that nonsense. It's like you dancing around all that mischief, is just asking for trouble. Like, I've never done that, never will, I'll never jailbreak nothing. That's ridiculous. In Dynasty, what do we do about Bill? I hold him or cut him. No one's gonna come get him. The Commanders don't know how to use him, that's for sure. There's no value there at all, but I've cut him for the right player. Trade my McBride for Rico Dowdle. I have Fannin. That's a pretty even Steven trade. I'd probably take Rico if you need a running back badly. And then would you trade Pickens and Hampton for Puka? Pickens and Hampton for Puka. I would rather have Puka by a country mile. What's Hampton? Hampton's not, I just told you, Hampton's not going to do anything, DTX, till maybe week 13, could be 14, could be 15, could be never. Like Puka Nacua, you can't get rid of Puka Nacua for that. Hell no, bro. It's one of the worst offers I've heard all week. $20 hauler from Tatered Sandwich, doing it live.
Alert. Super chat alert.
All right. 6-2, JD5, H-Han, Bucky, Rice, JSN, Wilson, Bannon, Bench, Vidal, Hendy, Sharbs. Fields injuries are brutal. QB waiver wire, Brissett, Mariota, Tua, Geno, Young. I don't know, bro. Go for Dak, caliber QB. Yeah, Dak, Mahomes. Those are very attainable quarterbacks, if you will. Achan and Rice and JSN are phenomenal. Your team's really good. You could use Garrett Wilson and just, assume there's some volatility there that you're willing to give up to get that secure QB situation. And I wouldn't count on JD5 coming back. It's a 4 to 5 week injury if all goes well and there's nothing wrong with him past the dislocation, but there's still some unknowns and some checks. And honestly, when they go in there, sometimes there's stuff they see. They're like, damn, like this is not what we thought. So we still have a lot of waiting to do on that. I wouldn't expect him back. I mean, you got Fields right now. Fields is probably as good as any of those QBs on the wire, if not better. The only QB I guess I would consider would be maybe, we'll see how Brissett does, but I think we addressed this backup quarterback situation. But Fields, I would trade Fields and Garrett Wilson for Dak and somebody and get somebody back. Obviously, I'd do it straight up for Mahomes. I'd do it straight up for a handful of quarterbacks that would make sense for that in the realm of Knicks, in the realm of potentially Baker even would be a little bit safer QB. Maybe you don't even have to give up Garrett Wilson for that, though. You could give up Travis Hunter. You could give up Sharbs potentially if, let's say, the Walker owner is the one that has that situation. Yeah, it's tough. Your team's really good, though. Would I trade Bucky to go get Dowdle somehow? Would I trade Bucky to go get Henry or Barkley? And if you had to give up Garrett Wilson and get one of their wide receivers that you really actually do like a lot, you could do some sort of creative 2-for-2 trade. Bucky's a concern right now. If I had to tell you to get rid of somebody right now, buy low on somebody so that if Bucky ends up being great and comes back and everything's fine, you're not even mad because the player you got is amazing like Dowdle. I'm not saying necessarily straight up, but you could do some sort of creative 2-for-2 involves Garrett Wilson. I truly believe, bro, that it's safer to get out of Bucky than to rely on him, but I also don't get rid of him for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a safe maneuver that can help you avoid disaster. I'm just telling you that right now. And I want you to feel comfortable, even if Bucky comes back, that you made the right move, so you have to buy the right player that makes you feel that way, where you're like, Bucky's tearing it up, I shouldn't have traded him. You don't ever want to make a trade that you're going to say that. You want to make a trade that says, oh, Bucky's tearing it up, good for him. We both made out on the trade. I love the player I got, Judkins. That's what I'm talking about. Henry, Barkley, and something, whatever. You can't make trades that you go, I shouldn't have traded him. He's doing good. I knew I should have kept him. Then you made the wrong trade. You traded down. You didn't trade at least even Steven across with the buy low player that you love. Smitty, since JD5's arm is a non-throwing arm, don't you think he plays sooner with a brace than 4 to 5 weeks? No, the 4 to 5 weeks is exactly what I told you. 4 to 5 weeks to heal, bro. You can't go out there with a brace while it's healing, and then you take one shot, and then you have to now have surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like it's at least 4 to 5 weeks, at minimum. Doesn't matter if it's throwing in or not. You know, if you have a finger that's been reattached and they've sewed it on, and you're like, well, it's not my non-dominant hand. I could just put a glove on it. Like, you have the wrong movement on that, rips it off. Like, you can't. What are you doing? JD5's got to be out 4 to 5 weeks. That's guaranteed. Just for that thing to heal properly, so he doesn't have long-term problems. You don't want to have long-term problems. I know you want him to play sooner, bro, but there's a chance he doesn't even play at all this year. It seems like a 4 to 5 week window if all goes well. Would you trade JMO and Harvey to the Sharb owner to get Nico? I would take Nico. Yeah, that's a great trade. It's a great trade. Last week traded H.N. Ollie for Rico London. Attaboy. Started Darnold because Baker was on a bye. Put up 209 this week. Won by over 100 points. Mashed potatoes. Damn.
Let's go! Mashed
Bro's cooking. Bro's cooking in the kitchen. Oh, man. I'm so happy for all of you that bought low on London, Dowdle, Bowers, Judkins, and still will buy low on Judkins. Still will buy low on Egbuka. Proud of all of you that made those trades, didn't give up. Lost neighbors, didn't give up. Lost neighbors got Dowdle. I mean, that's the thing. It's so satisfying when you lose someone like, and I don't mean this the way it sounds, when you lose someone like Neighbors or someone huge like Burrow, and you're like, I'm done. And it's so satisfying to pull off a Bowers or a Rico Dowdle trade or a Judkins trade, which is still on the table, or any of the players on the right side of the screen here, still on the table. Guys on the left, check marks are windows closed. I mean, Harvey has a check mark, but still potentially open. But such a satisfying experience to turn a team around with a trade like that. Trade ideas for Judkins or for Garrett Wilson with the squad. Probably looking to hold. Man, this is a tough one. Olave and to get Judkins, you'd have to give up and surrender players I don't really want you trading. Maybe Chase Brown because of the volatility in Cincinnati, but man, they're playing so well. Problem is Flacco stay healthy, all that stuff. But so would I rather have Judkins over Chase Brown? Probably, but it's an arguable thing. I don't think you have a way to go get Judkins unless you trade these assets that I really want you to keep. I like Saquon coming back from the bye. There's a lot of value here. I think you're probably more of a hold team, Michael. If you wanted to trade Chase Brown for Judkins, I'd be okay with it. If you wanted to trade London on the high and get Nico and Judkins, of course I would do that. So I guess it would depend on who the Nico owner has, who the Puka owner has, and maybe you could trade London down to one of those two wide receivers depending on what running back they're giving you. That's the only thing I can think of as far as recommendation for that team, because what are you going to do? Trade those monsters? 5-4 now. Trade away Cook for Puka and Judkins. Yes, I would take Puka and Judkins and run. That's a fantastic trade. This one here, I'm 6-3. I have Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. Pickens, Sutton, and Puka. Weak at tight end position with Ertz. Should I trade one of my QBs for a better tight end? In a 1 QB league, is this not super flex then? Then yes, of course, I would trade one. Like, why is this a super flex? Hold on, 6-3. Chase weak. Why would you have 2 QBs? Like, I'm confused. If it's super flex, no. You do not trade those quarterbacks. You're dominating with those. You're 6-3, so I wonder if this is a super flex, but you got CMC, Buck. If it's not a super flex, why do you have both these quarterbacks still? Absolutely. And honestly, bro, I would have told you, go get Bowers for one of them, and now you can't do that. That was on the table all week. You could have traded one of those quarterbacks for Bowers and crushed your entire league into oblivion, although you're already doing that. If it's super flex, no. If it's non-super flex, yes. What in the hell are you doing? McBride comes to mind. Tyler Warren and something. But your team's awesome. I don't think you necessarily need to make a move. You don't have to make a move. You just sit on this squad, but you've got to move one of these. Guys, is the game started? I'm blind. I'm batting blind right now. I don't have ESPN hooked up yet. This is insane. And I got to do that. Lions fan, bro, lost Kraft in Dynasty. He's got no other tight end. Should I trade him Laporta for Olave? No, trade Laporta for higher than that. Olave's okay, bro. I like him, but it's a concussion concern and his team. And I'd ask for more. Hold it over his head. Hold it over his head. Dan Quinn is a coordinator, not a head coach. I don't even know if he's that, to be honest. Sunbeams, appreciate your $10 holler. Sunbeams says now 6-3. Nice job. In second place, just set a new league season scoring record thanks to part of Bowers in London and T. Higgins. The midseason advice with trades, holds, waivers has been on point. Appreciate you, Sunbeams, for saying that, and congratulations. I mean, what a job. What a job. Unbelievable. I know a lot of Smitty, you missed it. I mean, look, we do a lot of good work. We do a lot of good work mid-season. It's not all going to be preseason. We got to do a lot of adjusting and adapting. And sometimes there's a bus call. Sometimes we got to go after the boys that are going to save the day. And on the right side of the screen, the reason I'm keep showing this is I want everyone to see the emphasis of the Bowers, the Dowdle, and the Harvey too, and Josh Allen impact, so that you don't miss on this Week 10 side. And I'm going to keep adding to it. That's just a very, very, bare bones, dust doesn't even settle list that I'm creating. Vidal, Hampton, Rico for JJ, Dobbins, and Harvey. Give me JJ, Dobbins, and Harvey. Is not even close. Would need to trade Garrett Wilson and Sharps to get Nico and flip him? Garrett Wilson and Sharps. So this is a bigger trade than that. You're trading Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson, but I would trade Garrett Wilson and Sharps probably for Nico, I suppose. It's a tough call, but I probably would. And then you trade Nico and Vidal and Hampton for JJ and Harvey and Dobbins. I don't know, man. It's getting confusing. I think I probably still would. Smitty by low is on point right now. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you, 7. I probably would do all that. It's close though. It's a close call. And then down 40 got Dak and Marv. Do I get the win? I don't know. TM, I would say odds are like 45%, but you still got a chance for sure. But I don't know that I'd say you're a 70% chance likelihood of it.
Alert. Super.
Thank you very much for the $20 hauler. Drills. So if we get out on Bucky, do I send? I'm not saying we get out on Bucky. I want to make abundantly clear. I'm just saying that if you can get into a safer vehicle, do it so that even if Bucky comes back on a tear, you're still happy. You still don't regret it. Otherwise, don't trade him. So if we get on Bucky, do I send White Bucky for Cook or Dowdle? I would definitely send him for Cook. And Dowdle, I might do it, but you can get a little more probably. And if not, I still do it. I'd rather have Dowdle than Bucky right now. Absolutely. And I think the chat would agree. Chat, can you vote Bucky or Dowdle? We have to. You have to take Dowdle. And I think Dowdle's been amazing, bro. Cut cable streaming for service for pregame. I don't have cable. I don't have cable, bro. Okay, do we send team is Lamar Gibbs? Yeah. Guys, vote on that. I think Dowdle, you have to go Dowdle. Dowdle's, even if Bucky comes back, Dowdle could outscore him. Dowdle's that good right now. But I definitely want you to feel good about the trade no matter what. Just lock Kraft, trade Bucky, Pickens, and Hendy for Gibbs and Gadsden. Yes, I'd take Gibbs and Gadsden in a heartbeat. I like that. That's a great trade. Gibbs, Bucky, Benson, Brown, Judkins, Sutton, Igbuka, Diggs, Coleman. Do I send Judkins and Loveland for JJ? What running backs can I package Diggs and Slayton to replace Judkins? I probably say they're pretty even. I don't mind JJ over Judkins. I guess I would do that. And then running backs to replace him. I'd probably look to potentially grab Genty on the low, Jacobs on the low, Etienne, Tootin on the low. Obviously Dowdle, but probably not going to get Dowdle anymore. Those are the running backs that kind of fit the bill early on. We'll have more buy lows as like I said, dust is still settling. I'll have more recommends for you, but right now that's probably what I would lean. The buy low content's coming tomorrow and then partly tonight. So how about that cable guy, Smitty, or that Caleb guy, Smitty, completely messing around. Yeah, I know you are, Sergeant, because if you think that Caleb Williams is an elite quarterback because of yesterday, I got a bridge to sell you. But I appreciate you very much. I know you're just joking. I shed a tear for or two for JD5 people, comping him to RG3. Look, JD5 is just he's not supported properly right now. With buys, my flex options are start to Dowdle, BTJ, QJ. Dowdle and probably QJ for right now. Should I look to trade to get a better option? I probably would, yeah. BTJ and QJ, can that get you? I mean, it's going to be hard to get Pickens now. It depends how he does, but Garrett Wilson fits the bill. Puka, obviously. Gentie's interesting. Jacobs is interesting. Wide receivers, I would say. Waddle. Adams is off the table now. Adams is a big buy low all week. Adunze is kind of intriguing. I'd say Adunze, bro. Adunze. I think Adunze is a great buy low for BT and QJ. I would take that. That's going to be, let's put him on the board right now. I know this seems counterintuitive after I'm having a bad day, but Adunze is probably another buy low here. We'll keep growing this list, but what a fantastic list that was, last week. And the week before, it's really been a culminating thing. 1 QB league. Herbert, Dart, Bijan, Vidal, Puka, 6-2. Most likely will be 6-3 after tonight. Any crafty ideas? I'd probably say I'm looking to maybe move Ted or Worthy. You could move McBride. Ted, Worthy, McBride, Sharps, Bam. See how Bam does. Vidal and Tet, Vidal and Worthy for just one slightly better running back. Jacobs or Garrett Wilson at wide receiver come to mind. Tet and Worthy for Garrett Wilson. Tet and Worthy for Nico. Try those. Vidal. Throw Vidal in with McBride to get in. Start Fannin to get Judkins to get Genty potentially. Something like that. Jacobs. I think those are all attainable players. What up, Smitty? Going to be 3-6 after this week. Traded my Devontae Adams, JCM, and Sharps for JJ. Traded my Devontae Adams, JCM, and Sharps for JJ. My team is Drake May, Lamb, Hendy, Bowers, Mungai, Puka, and Hampton. Let's traded Watson for JMO. I like JMO. I like your team. Traded Devontae Adams, JCM, and Sharps for JJ. That JJ Adams one's tough because I love Adams about as much as JJ right now. But I do like JJ, so I'm fine. I don't think you made any mistakes or anything. But I like this team a lot. It's a good squad. I don't know that you move much unless you're moving a Mungai now with maybe... I don't know what you could really... Mungai and Hampton, Mungai and Hampton, maybe Mungai and JMO, and you're just trying to get like a Jacobs cheap. You're trying to get a Pickens cheap, which might not happen after this game. Garrett Wilson cheap. Running backs, as I said, some people will give away Jacobs right now, scaring that he's sharing carries. Breece Hall is attainable. Derrick Henry's still kind of cheaper than he should be. Chase Brown somewhat cheaper than he should be, but people like the offense. They're a little less scared of Chase Brown right now. And I'll have more buy lows, don't worry. More buy lows coming. 700 of you on YouTube in the building. Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. I'm going to be 4-5. Do I make a move? I like the team. Munangai's a decent sell right now, but also hold. But Munangai and A.J. Brown for a stud. Munangai and one of your tight ends for a stud. Munangai and let's say you were to trade Munangai and AJB, you could probably get, if you're going for a running back, which you could go running back or a wide receiver. If you're going for a wide receiver, you could maybe get Puka. You could maybe for Munangai and AJB, you could maybe get Puka. You could maybe get JJ. You could maybe get Rice right now. You could trade Munangai and Kyle Pitts maybe for something along those lines. Garrett Wilson, Henry, Barkley. You try. Go to the Walker owner, see if they have anything that would make sense, and you give them Sharps potentially. Appreciate your super chat. I'll have more for you too. Again, the buy low advice is gonna get even better. You have a Puka. Benson. Oh, you have a Puka. Yeah, AJB. Try AJB and Munangai for. Try Rice. Try JJ. Try Henry, try Barkley. Nico, JMO. Yeah. You got Nico, Puka. You'd be fine if you traded it for a running back too. Either way, you could go either way. But again, the advice is going to be a little better after this game when I start giving you I got more of an idea who I want to buy low. Remember, I'm still kind of going through all that right now and figuring out who I think are the best buy lows. So I'll have even better potential combos for you. 12-man super flex. I'm 3-5. JD5, Mahomes, CMC, Bucky, Harvey, Hunter, Rice, Debo, Fannin, and Ingram. Who should I trade for at QB? Who should I trade for? Who should I trade for QB? Why would you trade for a QB, Brett? Can you answer that question for me? You have Mahomes. What do you mean? Who should I trade for QB? Why would you trade for a QB? For the bye week? Just for the bye week? I don't know if I'd trade for a QB for just the bye week. If you could answer that question and let me know what is your end game here, because I don't know why. Why would you want a quarterback? I like what you got. There's some concerns about Bucky right now. I love Rice. You know, I don't think you got a lot of sell highs. If you were to move, yeah, but I don't know if I'd be making a trade though. You're like diluting talent for a quarterback for 1 week. I would hit the wire. If the wire doesn't have anybody, Baker's a pretty good buy low. I think having Loveland saved you at tight end, but I'd still explore because you got Fannin moving Loveland on the high. So maybe Loveland and, I mean, maybe you could see who the Baker owner has, but like Loveland and Debo or Loveland and Bucky to upgrade Bucky into a safer avenue and get Baker as well or something. But honestly, I don't think I'm moving any one player for a quarterback when you have Mahomes. And I know you're 3-5, but it's a super flex too. It's gonna be hard to get a quarterback. So you're wanting to. I don't think you're gonna get what you want unless you move Loveland. Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw that it was super flex. My bad. I'd probably say Baker. I thought when I first said why you want to trade a QB, I thought he wanted to trade Mahomes is what I was saying. Benson comes back. I don't know. We'll see, bro. Probably comes back to form. If I was to go get it, and you're going to have a hard time finding a super flex trade for you in QB, bro. No one's trading quarterbacks in super flex. But Baker might be available. Another quarterback that comes to mind for a buy low situation would be maybe, bro. Maybe you could get your hands on. I mean, the problem is the one quarterback I would want to say Baker and Dak, and Dak's about to play. So that's going to be unattainable if he plays well. Penix Jr. is intriguing in Superflex, I suppose, Brett. But do not trade. I thought you wanted to trade Mahomes. And I was like, why would you want to trade Mahomes? But I would definitely look to move Loveland for a quarterback, I guess. See if you can get Baker and a receiver or Baker and a running back. See if you can get using Loveland. Loveland's got a lot of value right now. I think Herbert's also kind of intriguing. You know, Herbert is struggling. Stafford's old. People don't really love Stafford, but he's playing out of his mind. You could probably get away with some sort of weird trade for Stafford. You could probably go get Brock Purdy on the assumption that he's eventually going to start again. Mac Jones is constantly injured. You could try and go after Purdy on some sort of small deal. Goff. One of those guys using Loveland and try and get something else, Brett. That's the best I can give you right now. Appreciate you. Racing Boy 10-man Superflex. Dynasty had JD5 go down. Now I'm pairing May and Mahomes. Traded Rome, Brees, and Mac Jones for Mahomes and Hendy. traded Rome, Brees, and Mac Jones. I like that. I think that was great. Good job, Racing Boy. Fantastic. Smitty approved. 100% on board those moves. Smitty, trade Hunt for Devontae Smith, owner who needs a running back. Trade Hunt for Devontae Smith, owner who needs a running back. I'm fine with that. I think Hunt and Smith have very similar values, so go with position of need for you. I could offer Debo or Bigsby too, since he's also has Saquon. I'd rather keep Hunt than Bigsby and Debo probably, but it's close, Ben. I just think Debo, I don't know what Debo is going to be moving forward. It's unfortunate, but I just don't know that he survives. 6-3 now super flex. Stan, Pat, or what stashes? Trades to look for. Pat, Mahomes, Flacco. Flacco's playing great right now. He's a great QB too. Mike. Running backs are Rico, Henry, Harvey, Sharps, Chase, Ladd, Pickens, Diggs, Downs, Bowers. I love it, bro. I'm standing down on that team. I don't think I'm doing anything. I don't want to trade Henry. Don't want to trade Rico. Don't want to trade Harvey. Don't want to trade Chase. Don't want to trade Pickens. We'll see what Pickens does. Diggs maybe. Diggs and maybe a Sharps to the Walker owner for just something. Go poke around there. Diggs and Sharps to just really anybody. Poke around there. Don't trade Bowers. I like this squad, bro. Flacco is really nice right now, bro. I think your team is in a very good position. Try that Diggs situation, and that's it. What's my next move? Smitty, half PPR, Superflex, Josh, Allen, Judkins, Genty, Aaron, AJ Brown. We got all these Superflex questions all of a sudden. Egbuka, ETN, Darnold, Vidal, Manungai, Harvey, Watson, Rice, Purdy, Ayuk. Love the squad. I'd trade A.J. Brown. I don't trust him. A.J. Brown and maybe Vidal, or A.J. Brown and Manungai for one monster, Barkley, Henry, J.J., Egbuka type player. That would be my next move, Al. Traded Bucky, White, Chuba for Rico owner for to the Rico owner for Kyron and Marks. So you traded Bucky, White, Chuba. I'm fine with that. I like getting Kyron for Bucky right now. It's a safe maneuver. Definitely safe. And everybody complains about Kyron all the time. Oh, Quorum's out there. Kyron had 20 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown. The Mahomes trade made me a little thin at wide receiver. Would you move Bucky for Garrett Wilson and Pop Douglas? I would not. It's an intriguing idea, and maybe we circle around if we get a little bit more concerned about Bucky. Like if some report comes out, maybe have him offer that to you and have it sit there for a day or two, because we might get Bucky news immediately. Tell him to send it, and if you get any sort of negative vibes on Bucky, we can punch it. Starting running backs would still be Gibbs and Kyron, plenty of running back depth. I don't mind it really. But have him send it, and then let's wait on it, Racing Boy, for a little bit. If you feel uneasy at all and you punched it, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I just think I have a little bit of an uneasy feeling right now about Bucky. It's not that I want anybody to get rid of him or get out of Bucky. I'm not saying get out of Bucky. I took BTJ over Puka and drafted JD5. Oh boy, says Dr. Whom. I blame you guys. Well, Dr. Whom, you're responsible for your own team, number one. Number two, injuries, all these things going down, they're affecting everybody. It's crazy. We're going to break down the bus for 2025 through the top 50. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible, all of the injuries. We'll be back after the game. I appreciate all of you here for this news show and news update. I appreciate every single one of you super chatters. I will be back for the wrap-up show. If I can find the game, I got to try and log in here. And thank you, Blackbeard, for that. Garrett Wilson is back, Romario. Zachary says Garrett Wilson is starting to practice. Thanks, Zachary, for breaking the news on a breaking news show that already talked about it with him on the screen. But thank you, Zachary. Everybody thanks Zachary for the breaking news that he just dropped in the live chat. Breaking news! Breaking news!
You've just been Smitty.
I'll see you all.
Today, what player comes to mind as far as like a rags to riches player? A player that can go from a flex or running back 3 or running back 4 type of area all the way up to being a top 5 to 10 running back moving forward. And the one player that comes to mind is Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry had that appeal heading into the 2018 fantasy football season until the Tennessee Titans acquired Deion Lewis. And I think that everybody's kind of forgetting the upside that he has if he's getting...
I'm just kidding, Zach. See, at least Zach has thick skin.
Someone asked me today, what player comes to mind as far as like a rags to riches player? A player that...
For those that want to hear, if anybody's seen, this is 2018 Smitty.
Someone asked me today, what player comes to mind as far as like a rags to riches player? A player that can go from flex or running back 3 or running back 4 type of area all the way up to being a top 5 to 10 running back moving forward. And the one player that comes to mind is Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry...
What player comes to mind?
Had that appeal heading into the 2018 fantasy football season until the Tennessee Titans acquired Deion Lewis. And I think that everybody's kind of forgetting the upside that he has if he's getting starter carries. Now, will he is tough to say. That's what makes him kind of a risk in entering the next few weeks. But I think that of any player in the entire league, he is one guy I would not drop or recommend dropping in redraft.
What player? My balls will drop soon. I don't want to hear anybody say I wasn't higher on Derrick Henry than anybody. Ever. That was 2018, my first video ever. Hello. He's also got JJ. Maybe go for him instead of Garrett Wilson. There you go, pal. Do that, Racing Boy. I like that. Hello. Yeah, do that one, Racing Boy. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you.